I mean, I don't know about all of y'all, but I mean, there were some moments on Raw. I'm just mind boggled by what Titus O'Neil said in the ring. You know, that one got me. You know, just like the color of that suddenly being yellow, even though it's nowhere near yellow. But yeah, that got me. I don't I don't understand like where he was coming from with anything that he said. I mean, I get some of it, I guess, but I'll get to that quick. I'm gonna, say Raw. I mean, shocker that Becky got interrupted by Bianca and then came Carmella in the 2-on-1. Shocker. Bianca successfully defending the title against Mella. Shocker. Becky and Bianca at SummerSlam. Shocker. I know it's my favorite word apparently, but they just love to keep shocking us. That's what they do. KO show with Riddle and Seth showing up in the stomps. Shocker. Damian Priest defeating Rey Mysterio. Mind altering. Seth Rollins, and Zeke, they did have a good one. So I will say that him and Zeke did have one of the best matches of the night. They did a good job. One with the stomp. Again, no one, saw that come with what they're doing, building up to it. Zeke winning, it just didn't make sense. If he did. So I'm not mad. Like I'll say Shocker as a smart aleck on that one, but it is what it is. Dawkins, defeating Omos by disqualification and then making a tag match afterwards. I know, surprising. And then that also ending by disqualification. And the Street Profits get, teamed up on by Omos MVP and the Usos. Mind altering. I know. No one saw that coming. Granted, I'm still very, very, very excited about the match coming up at SummerSlam. Like, that's exciting. That's going to be really, really exciting. Again, they're going to be one of the ones to steal the show. They always do. They always find different ways to, do it without doing the same thing over and over again. So that's amazing. Theory, loses to AJ Styles by count out from, because of a Dolph Ziggler super kick that the ref didn't see. Granted, Theory shoved him first, but got the super kick. He got kicked, counted out. Styles clash after the match. Like to see what they're doing with Dolph, Dolph and all this. Really, because again, they did the thing with, him and Rude attacking, getting up on the stage and pissing off Omos and MVP and all that. Except he didn't see anything after it. So him doing this, at least they're going to use him when we know the match is going to be good, which is the important thing. Asuka pinned, Nikki in a match. I mean, that is what it is. It was dumb, really. I mean, it was 24/7 title, changed hands like a million times during it. Tozawa had it. Alexa had it. Nikki had it. Doudrop had it. Tamina had it. Dana rolled up Tamina like we're all going to believe. A simple roll up is beating Tamina. She's, a house with all respect. I mean, she could, that's just dumb. And then Tamina chases off Dana like it was just the dumbest thing ever. Great waste of time. A lot of, shocking waste of times. And Miz TV with Logan Paul. Miz pulling the rookie card again because they don't have anything else. And we learned that they have the match at SummerSlam again. Shocker. I still think it's going to be good. Logan Paul looked good. He was competent at, WrestleMania. And it's the Miz. I mean, no matter what you think about it, he puts on good matches. So that's not, the big shocking thing there. My problem is Titus O'Neil, global ambassador, does a lot of good work, again, for underprivileged people, boys and girls clubs. He does all kinds of stuff. But saying that WWE doesn't talk about anything that's divisive or political. I'm not, trying to start an international incident here, but that stood out because, during all the, riots and all that, they let people have, BLM armbands and make their statements about that. And I think one thing on the network is even, gives shine to BLM, and people find that quite political and quite divisive. And then they had all their, like it seemed every commercial break, they're telling us to make sure we got vaccinated. And, again, vaccines and the mandates and everything they did there, extremely divisive, very horrifically political. They still talked about that, you know. And I know that was, eons ago, but it was really earlier last year. I mean, last year they were talking about, vaccines all the time for months and all of that. And, that was quite divisive. Look at all the stuff. I mean, you have very fine lines on that. I mean, I've had people stop talking to me literally because I was due for my tetanus shot. So I was at the VA. They're cool. What? At least according to them, I was. I don't know where I had one not that long ago, but again, it's the VA. God knows it. But then, it's the VA. Anyone that's in the VA understands. But I was telling, I said, somebody said, I said, my arm still hurt from it. And they immediately go off still this far into it and say, oh, you let them stick anything else in your body, but you won't get the COVID shot. Like it's when that happens for people you've known for decades, literally over 20 years, and that's what they're coming at you with. Like it obviously is very political and divisive, those things, and they were still all over that. No one can deny it. They went out of their way to actually do it for the longest time. So this is my same stance as NASCAR. Like I said in the show earlier, when they told Brandon Brown he couldn't have, let's go Brandon Coin as a sponsor because it's political, even though they let BLM sponsor the car in 2020, which again, political, divisive. You can't let one do it and then not let the other. And you can't say you're not doing anything like that when you had very many months where you were doing that. Things that are splitting the country down the middle. Like that is called divisiveness. You can say whatever the hell you want. I was glad. I'm not taking a shot at Titus. They told me I had stuff to say. And that's what he does now. That's his role. Global ambassador. He does very good stuff. Again, Boys and Girls Clubs, all kinds of charities, countries. He does so much. I'm not taking anything away from Titus O'Neil. But to say that, I mean, that just started off on a garbage note because I do know how divisive it is. I've had friends, again, 20 plus years attacking me because I got a tetanus shot, but I didn't get that. I'm full of anything else. Ergo, genius. I got my tetanus shot. Don't get flu shots. And the last shots I got before that, my blood thinner shots after I got ran over and I was in a wheelchair for forever. So I didn't clot because my whole pelvis was held together by nuts and bolts and all screws and chains. literally there's chains, screws, and long bolts holding it together. So they gave me blood thinner shots to make sure I didn't clot. Ooh, I know I got so much because I took blood thinner so I didn't chance clotting and die. And a tetanus shot that's due every decade or whatever it is. Like I know that's a reason to throw decades away because you can't just help but take garbage shots at people. That's what got it. Had the feeling in my chest. We all remember those episodes. Testing negative every time though. Like Hannah. I'm good. I don't want to pump myself full of that when I have all kinds of other drugs and stuff that I'm on, which I'm allowed to make that decision. But again, I'm not trying to pick on anyone. Just don't say that, you don't do anything that's ever, biased, political or divisive when you go out of your way to do things that are horrifically, it's WWE. They've always done things, but you went out of your way to do it. So don't go and say one thing when you literally go out of your way to do it every chance you get. And stop wasting time. People's entrances should not take 3 segments between 2 people. That's another big one. Stop wasting that much time between Raw, SmackDown, all of them. Like entrance, a bunch of idiots, talking during the next segment, another entrance, and then we get stop doing that on all the shows. It's very terrible when I only have 1 page to cover 3 hours of a TV show. That's very bad. Now that again, it's a short. I'm getting off. Thank you. Again, watching, listening, share it out to everyone. Rate the show, like and comment the videos. Let me know what you think. And I'll be back tomorrow with the Justin's Wrestling Roulette. So be good to each other. Share it out again. Follow, subscribe. Let us know what you think about it. And until tomorrow, my friends, peace.